Well, good morning. Welcome to the Live at 6 live question answer session for Monday. Sorry for getting late because there was some issue with the live streaming, which often happens with newbies who just started off. So right now the engagement on the channel is just about 100 or 120 odd during the live session in the morning. As we gradually scale up, so will we increase the time duration, which is presently only about 10 minutes or so. As we have more involvement, we will take this channel live streaming duration up to about 30 to 60 minutes every day. So if you have any questions for the next session, that is tomorrow, do leave your question in the comment section below, or you can also directly mail me or WhatsApp me or call me at the numbers provided. So diving straight into today's questions, two questions we have. Number one, can I take minoxidil in place of finasteride? And number two is that if I start a hair loss treatment and I have intense shedding in the first 6 to 8 weeks, won't I become completely bald? So these are the two questions we are going to address today. So the first question about minoxidil as a replacement for finasteride. So these two medications, minoxidil and finasteride, these two medications target hair loss in very distinct ways. Minoxidil works by increasing blood flow to hair follicles, effectively enlarging the follicle and extending the growth phase, that is the anagen phase. It's primarily a vasodilator and works directly on the scalp to stimulate hair growth. However, it doesn't address one key factor in male pattern baldness, that is, it does not address DHT. This hormone binds to hair follicles in genetically susceptible individuals, as we all know, and this causes them to shrink over time, leading to thinning and eventual hair loss. Minoxidil, while effective for some, does not block or reduce DHT. So it won't prevent the underlying cause of male pattern baldness. Finasteride, on the other hand, directly inhibits this enzyme responsible for converting testosterone to DHT, which is crucial for slowing down or stopping further hair loss in those with male pattern baldness. Finasteride acts systemically, that is through the blood, meaning it addresses the root hormonal cause of hair loss rather than just the symptoms of hair loss. So to put this simply, in easy terms, minoxidil will enhance what you have already on your head, but it will not protect or restore your hair if you have the androgenic alopecia gene, a gene that is still awake. So if you have 20% less hair on your head, minoxidil will make it 20% thicker after 4 to 6 months. But eventually, as DHT continues to act on your hair unrestrained, you will lose enough hair that even this extra thickness due to minoxidil that you have obtained by using it religiously won't help appearances. For many patients, the best approach is a combination of both the treatments, that is minoxidil and finasteride, as they complement each other. This said, there is no perfect treatment for hair loss yet. It's all by trial and error, mostly, and finasteride being the critical pivot on which all care rests currently if the hair loss treatment has to be effective. But even with finasteride, mind you, finasteride taken without guidance, without direction, without wisdom, the suppressed DHT receptors will soon get more sensitive and finasteride will stop having an effect, something what we loosely refer to as tolerance. However, I would advise you to consult with your hair restoration physician to decide on the best approach tailored to your specific needs. So now we come on to the second question, the question that if we start medication and intense shedding happens, will I not get bald? So any medication in hair loss which is effective will cause shedding. There are no two ways about it. If a medicine is effective, it will shed hair in the initial 6 weeks, 4 to 8 weeks or so. and then new hair growth will happen, which will take one full hair cycle, that is 4 to 6 months, to show results. So this is biology, and there is no getting around this fact. So this is an important question. It's understandable to feel concerned if you notice increased hair shedding when you first start finasteride. Let me clarify what's happening here. Finasteride works by inhibiting the hormone DHT, which plays a role in shrinking hair follicles in individuals with androgenic alopecia. When you first start medication, it can cause a temporary increase in shedding. This occurs because finasteride stimulates a renewal process, pushing out the older, weaker hairs to make way for healthier ones. This shedding phase typically lasts a few weeks to a couple of months and is usually a sign that medication is starting to work, to take effect. To address your concern about going bald, this shedding doesn't lead to permanent hair loss. All these hair that shed because of this shedding process are going to grow back. Instead, it's a transitional phase after which you'll likely experience stabilization and, for many, regrowth or thickening of miniaturized hair. Patients are often advised to persist through the first few months. Don't get disheartened, be patient, as finasteride's full effect generally becomes apparent after about 6 to 12 months. Always stay in touch with your physician to monitor progress and adjust treatment as needed. So that was the talk for the day. That was the live session, 2 questions and answers. Let me know if you have any further questions. I'll be happy to help. Thank you.